Okay, folks, it's Terry, and welcome to my channel. And I am giving you a January 2024 update in my greenhouse, and I'm showing you Cattleya brassavola hybrids and species. That is my BC amethyst, or BL amethyst, BC amethyst. That's brassavola nodosa, the big gem clone. Then that first one I showed was not David Sanders, it is George Tyler. And here in front of you now are a couple of cucullatas. That's a trichocentrum. These down here are more brassavola. That's a dendrobium species on the left, right, but on the left was grandiflora, which is a species. And there on that twig here that we're looking at with some scale is my Cattleya chocolate drop, LC chocolate drop cheetah.
It is not.
Which is a beauty.
Drop. It is.
And here's some more
cheetah
Cattleya hybrids from Florida Suncoast. A lot of them with scale. That is a yakai, I think. And that over there is what happens when your heater blows on the plant directly. And that is my trichocentrum lanceanum, which is toast. That is heat damage. Whereas below it, well, to the right of it, that's my Charlotte Brown putting on a new growth. And that is infested with scale that needs to be dealt with. That is my peach bird. And this one right here is, the one on top is Copper Queen in the ceramic pot. The one below it on the mount is Bepi Phoenix Kona. Both might have a bit of scale, but they're still alive despite. Today was one of the first days that I gave it water, and I have not been out here I've got somebody feeding the humidifiers, watering, refilling. But other than that, really, I have not watered except for today. Excuse me. It's 4:20 somewhere. Believe it or not. That is my formerly Cattleya, but it's an epidendrum. Colostylus, actually. That was my Colostylus ciliare that I got. And I'm talking about the plant that I just set up. So as not to confuse you, this down here is another trichocentrum. This is Nanum, which is doing really good. Got it at the same time as that Lanceanum. This one survived. The Lanceanum, of course, was toast. I'm going to give it more light. And that's actually what I'm doing, is giving them more light. So yeah, you see, I am moving the mounts, or just these Cattleya crosses.
Anyway, that's my Florida
to a higher light. And that is my
Springsing,
one of my Florida Suncoast
coveted. And raising it into a higher light. This, I believe, is a Pravada Cola Lime Sherbet times Nodosa. Mounted. And let's see. What else? Okay, this is a Nodosa times Venosa. And that's toast, unfortunately. What? This is my Small World times not Richard Mueller. Oh, Hippodama, that's what it is. Let's see, these are more Nodosas. That's a dead one. Copper Queen, that didn't make it, but the others have. That's one that is an Encyclia cross with a Cattleya. Doing okay on that mat. You see that new growth coming out? And this is a Trichoglottis pusillum that I got from JP. It's just hanging out, marinating. There's my Mark Jones times self. hanging in there. And beyond there is my BLC Hawaiian Treasure or Hawaiian Treasure Chest or Kaleidoscope, Hawaiian Kaleidoscope. Okay, now in this wall there are more Cattleya crosses that are in need of spraying. There's my Gatton Sunray, and this is an Encyclia cross. Recurva times Orchid Jungle, perhaps. And this is that cross, Perenniae times whatever that was, Nodosa. And I'm not sure what, this is a Florida Suncoast, but it is looking like it's not healthy. I can't remember what it is. Could be something Sugita Spots cross. Let's see. This one here is, oh, that's Cuckoo, Gyrac Kiku. And then in that pot right here, this is Bill Worsley. This is for JP. This is my Encyclia Edithiana that I am still going to send it your way. The species that I've got. I will keep the pot, but you can have the bulbs. Okay, this is my Flagellaris that I mounted on here last summer. Looking a little worse for wear, but it needs to be watered. And then to the left is my Dockerilla Shoanina, which needs to be watered a bit more, looking dry, but if I pan over, you can see the green parts that are hanging on mostly aerial roots. That's just my Bill Worsley did bloom. And more of my Cuculata yellow. And then here are some other Brassavola hybrids. This is that Kaleidoscope, Hawaiian Kaleidoscope. That's a Richard Mueller hybrid. And this is a Sugita Spot cross. It's doing okay. Growths are still maturing. Again, dryish. And standing up some plants. Here's another Encyclia cross, Real Clarins times Rufa. Keep them dry in the off season. And more Cattleyas that are a bit drier. There's the Encyclia that I got here from Santa Barbara Orchid Connection. That is it. Encyclia Tajaja something. I can't. It went too fast. This is my Dendrobium cumulatum, which I got from JP. There's a big piece there. And there's another smaller piece. And these are very special. They're sometimes called the dove, not dove, but hurricane orchid. Maybe it is the dove orchid, swan, something like that. But they bloom from the tip of the canes, and these are inflorescents that can continually bloom and are usually initiated by the drop in barometric pressure, which is why they are called the thunderstorm orchid, the pigeon, whatever, swan, but there are several pigeons or swan orchids. But that's my species crematinum, and he sent me some Spanish moss. Yippee-yi-yay. And there is such a sweet fragrance coming from this box that has been wet for a while. These are the Cattleyas that I was talking about. There's Cutata in here, Bactea grape wax, Cattleya chocolate drop, and that's a chocolate drop cross. Okay, and then here are some more mounts. Down here is another Encyclia, kind of new, Real Clarins, very fragrant. Excuse me. And I need to up the humidity. That one says 20. But that is actually my Javanica, Acreopsis javanica. This is my, it's a Prostechia Ionopsis, I believe it could be. No, not Ionopsis, but it might be a synonym for cochleata. This is my den Hercoglossum. It's a species. Still doing okay. Gets a little bit less moisture in the winter, a little bit of a rest, but it still gets the humidity and the light. And moving further down, this one right there, that was my Hippodama. That's a Phoenicia Cayman Island variety that's recovering. And this is a Encyclia species, Henburii, that is just marinating. These are kept dry, but still good light in humid conditions. That's my Denacale right there, a species. And then here's my Boothiana. Not doing as well as the others, but okay, still. And this is doing okay, that Encyclia. Whereas this is my Trichocentrum splendidum. And here is my other Encyclia cross, which is that. You have to spray for some scale, but it's getting good light, drier conditions, and as I said, high humidity. So, and there's my two dead plants, which are next to my Walker Renter, which is doing okay. They should bloom. This should bloom towards the beginning of spring, like Walker Rihanna. The other two that I showed you was my No ID Dendrobium. What is that one? It's anyway, I'll come back to it. But this is my Colostylus Parkinsonianum, which bloomed very well for me last winter into spring. So perhaps I still have to be a little bit patient, give it a bit more water, but these do want to dry out in the winter, as do those encyclias that I was saying. You keep them drier in higher light. So I am looking for some of these new growths that you can see popping out to, at some point, give me blooms. And maybe I'm just premature, but it is a spring, late winter, early spring blooming plant. Fragrant, star shapes. Another Dick Pippin, which is an Encyclia cross. Matured its latest growth. Hopefully I will get some blooms. That would be a first time bloom. Another Cattleya cross. Sugita wax. And this is my Hippodama cross with Cattleya Small World. That I keep it a bit drier because of the bifoliate in the parentage. But it is approaching bloom size. Did have sheaths on the plant, so still doing well. And there's that Hercoglossum again. Thanks for watching. I think that's about it for this video. I am glad that I got this finally made. I am often a procrastinator of gloom and doom. Put it off to the last minute, but things don't look so bad at all. And I'm coming to you from the greenhouse, of course. So, thanks for watching. And as always, enjoy your orchids and have fun.